When a narcissist manipulates others into treating you badly, this is what happens next. Ever had a narcissist turn everyone against you? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a challenging and common issue, dealing with narcissists and their so-called flying monkeys who do their bidding. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where a narcissist manipulates others to mistreat you? It can feel like you're caught between heaven and hell, leaving you disoriented and distressed. But don't worry, in this video, we'll explore how to navigate these turbulent waters. If you're ready to take control of these tricky dynamics, stick around. We'll break down the complex relationships involving narcissists and their enablers, offering practical strategies to handle these situations effectively. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights on handling tough interpersonal dynamics. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your participation helps build our supportive community. Let's embark on this journey together and learn how to manage the challenges posed by narcissists and their flying monkeys. Ready? Let's dive in. The cycle of manipulation. Everything seemed perfect in the beginning. The narcissist lavished you with love and affection, making life sweet and wonderful. Their behavior changed with time, however. They answered less frequently than before, leaving you feeling confused and puzzled. Were your feelings reciprocated? Or was there someone else in their life? While they managed to stay in the shadows, there was one certainty. If it looked too good to be true, it usually is. Once they had you caught, they became even more manipulative. They knew exactly how to keep you attached to them. You'd wait eagerly for their messages, only to get curt, dismissive replies, or, worst of all, nothing at all. It was like you didn't exist anymore. At the same time, they were busy flattering others, ignoring you as if you were an outsider or didn't exist. How come? Because they had already moved on to their next victim, ready to start the same cycle of manipulation all over again. The unraveling of narcissism's true nature begins to reveal itself. At a later time, the real aspects of narcissism start to emerge. That toxic behavior begins to corrupt relationships in families, with friends, and at work. Its infallible disguise starts to break down when they are in fact only using those years of friendship for what is good to them, shunning friendship for selfish motives, including emboldening. You might hear them talking disparagingly about someone you love when alone. They are acting as if they are a good friend, but the truth is quite different. They are twisting things to suit their own plans. They do this very skillfully. Old quarrels, rekindled, or stories invented out of thin air are means to an end for them. And just what is that end? Sovereignty by any means in their Machiavellian games. To gain back control. When you realize you are in the middle of their trap of lying and manipulation, what should you do? First, take a deep breath. It's disheartening and can feel like everybody has left you. At times like these, putting yourself first is key. Try to contact your support network for help, friends, family, or even a therapist if that works best for you. Surround yourself with people who can encourage and tell you that you are worthwhile persons. When you confront the narcissist's lies, stand your ground. Stick to the facts of the matter, tell your own side of things, and don't let them slip off the hook. It's tough going, but in the final reckoning, honesty will win out the imaginary fruit of one's labours. Remember, they have power in lies and manipulation. You have power in truth and resilience. Understand the family gathering repeat deviating. Imagine this. You are at a family gathering, and all of a sudden, one of your siblings is getting the cold shoulder from everyone. They sit there, bewildered, wondering what they could have done to deserve this treatment. Now they find that brother had been spreading lies about them all along, spreading the rumor that they were actually against everyone else in the family. Finally, the truth comes out, and it comes hard. They see how brother twisted it to make them appear revolting in every conceivable way, and it is abominable. We are turned inside out, but still, we will not let rumor be our epitaph. Ever see the film A Beautiful Mind? The narrator is captivated and missiled by an imaginary character, distinguished from others in that he goes through his whole life, well up into retirement, before this imaginary immigrant becomes known for what it really is. In the same way, all narcissists behave. To this family torn apart by the narcissist, Song felt immense unease. Kind-hearted and unsuspecting brother Song lumbered about, choked by life currents of emotion. In this world of people who suddenly turn their backs on you without a word, whither do you go for comfort and guidance? Some of us have faced similar situations, in the workplace, community, even within our own families. Despite the pain they bring to others, narcissists are often unaware of or indifferent to others' suffering. In their own world, they cannot see the consequences of their actions. Reflecting upon the sincerity of their relationships with others, the answer is clear. They do not value them. Narcissists readily sever ties with anyone who truly cares for them, always for their own ego's sake. It pulls on the heartstrings of people who once were close to you. Acting really insubordinate to others to reflectively accept the fabrications is completely up to you. Were these people really worth keeping in your life when they so thoroughly turned their backs on you? That's hard to believe after all the time and effort spent in establishing these relationships. The fact that a single story could change their minds raises serious questions about the depth of relationships between you and those whom you considered to be friends. If there are rumors afloat, however, why are they not speaking with you directly? Especially so when the one spreading them is someone who is close to you. With internally empowering. This situation emphasizes the significance of open communication when facing false accusations. Your real friends and family should come to you directly so you can tell things from your perspective. They might say, "I heard something and wanted to discuss it with you." Those who are truly supportive of you engage in frank discussion. The caring brother, it is often the kind-hearted that get to the bottom of situations. They have the courage to confront rumors. Restoring your reputation. Restoring a reputation that has been wrongly damaged is a very difficult job, especially when you are innocent. You need to invest both thought and effort, not to mention labor and time. It is dispiriting to see your relationships affected in this way. Yet there is also a silver lining. It at least demonstrates who your true friends are. You start to doubt whether those people who so easily believed the lies were your friends or merely acquaintances. This theatre, staged by those under the influence of narcissists, serves to underscore the importance of graceful handling. Steer their empathetic esteem to manage manipulative maneuvers. Narcissists can manipulate people. Their greed exploits the vulnerable with relative ease. Empathy is therefore crucial when dealing with those who have no idea how badly they've been fooled. Don't insist that the stories are all a lie, but respond with kindness. Tell them that it must be hard for a person to find himself in this situation, and tell them moreover the lies do not hold weight on you. Let them know you are available whenever they want to talk. You are willing to listen to anything weighing on their minds. This approach changes a bad experience into an opportunity to demonstrate your true character and help others. Standing up to negativity. By maintaining an optimistic outlook, one can fight the negative influence of a narcissist. They need to do something to calm themselves down, like treating others as pieces in their own game. Spreading rumors which are damaging to others is another narcissistic maneuver to forge allies. Nevertheless, it is in your power to resist and help ensure that they do not get their way. Addressing personal betrayal. Once in a while, narcissists will step over the line by exposing personal details of your relationship with them. They break your trust and disclose private information. The fact that brute family secrets, which should never have been exposed, are wielded against you makes one heartsick. Where necessary, in such circumstances as these, try to mend relationships. If you have disclosed things for which you now feel ashamed, then admit to them and try to make real amends. During this confusing and unsettling business of gaslighting, therapy can be very valuable. Remember that you are not alone on this road. Take comfort in your support networks. Reach out among those who truly care about you. Finding true allies in an atmosphere of deceit. Just as the brother in this touching story used his sister to have a safe haven, so potentially inside the narcissist's circus, there may be people who see through the deception and manipulation. They are the allies that you need, rock solid and true, to stand by your side through thick and thin. The suffering brought about by the flying monkeys and the narcissists' attempts to turn all against you is indeed difficult, but it also acts as a testing ground to distinguish who truly supports you and who your actual friends and backers are. People may be quick to walk away. That could suggest that the attachment was not so strong after all. Welcome the light. In the end, only by embracing the light can we effectively defeat the darkness. Seek strength, encouragement, and friendship in those who truly believe in you. No matter where or how long time takes a certain turn for life's rough patches. This goes for everyone. Surround yourself with people who recognize your value and give their unconditional support to you all the time. Conclusion. I hope that this presentation may have given you some useful insights. Thank you for watching. Be strong. Stand firm on what is true of yourself. True friends and allies will hold water. The mortal sin of the narcissist, which will never be forgiven and will receive severe punishment in hell. Engaging in a relationship with a narcissist, characterized by grandiosity, a lack of empathy, and a craving for adulation, can be calamitous. Victims find themselves grappling with profound emotional trauma, leaving them bewildered, wounded, and struggling to move forward. The impact on mental and emotional well-being can be devastating, often requiring years for recovery. Navigating relationships with narcissists proves challenging for numerous reasons, primarily due to their inherent unfairness. Instead of taking responsibility for their actions, narcissists typically shift blame onto others. Employing tactics like deception and gaslighting, they manipulate victims into questioning their reality, intensifying emotional suffering, and leaving them feeling lost and powerless. Narcissists exhibit a swift and heartless approach when discarding their victims. Their ability to disregard and treat them as disposable is both astonishing and repulsive. Victims grapple with confusion and pain as they attempt to make sense of the situation. Narcissists, with their callous attitudes, view others merely as tools to fulfill their desires, a perspective that is not only appalling, but also difficult to comprehend. In our upcoming discussion, we'll delve into the 7 deadly sins committed by narcissists and explore how they rationalize their destructive behavior. If you're keen on staying informed and continuing this dialogue, hit the subscribe button for regular updates. Your subscription contributes to raising awareness and fostering ongoing conversations. Narcissists, particularly, embody the epitome of emotional vampires. These individuals thrive on consuming your humanity, integrity, and the essence of being a thinking, feeling human being. The power they derive from bullying, intimidating, controlling, and abusing others becomes a twisted source of satisfaction. Yet, this satisfaction comes at a staggering cost, the sacrifice of one's own life. What exactly are you forfeiting? The ability to think clearly, distinguish between dreams and reality, and process new information slips away. Your perspective and mentality undergo a profound shift. You find yourself unable to remember who you truly are, and the narcissist remains indifferent to this destructive transformation. Their sole focus revolves around satiating their insatiable hunger for power and material gains. The second greatest sin: extreme gaslighting. Every detail you shared with them, your emotions, and your perception of them were intentionally distorted. Why? The narcissist's motive is clear: to manipulate the narrative you present. By controlling your story, they gain leverage to coerce you into actions you wouldn't otherwise take, and make you accept things you wouldn't normally embrace. They wrap you in their psychic energy, tightening their grip until your understanding of yourself, them, reality, and the world becomes distorted, reshaped, and molded. The narcissist's sinister objective: to have you under their influence, relying on you financially and emotionally, all while assigning blame for things you had no involvement in and taking credit for your accomplishments. Allowing someone else to wield such control over your life, leading you to treat yourself poorly, lose your self-worth, and forget your true identity and principles, is utterly unacceptable. Ignorance stands as the third cardinal sin. Narcissists exhibit remarkable precision in assessing their own desires and needs. They recognize that kindness, respect, introspection, and accountability are essential qualities. However, this realization eludes them. Despite possessing the capacity to take initiative, they remain oblivious. Reflect on the moments when the narcissist expressed concern about the potential termination of the relationship or the loss of control over you. During those times, they adjusted their attitude and demeanor to appear more approachable. The puzzling aspect is why individuals would act in a way they knew was necessary to sustain the connection. Aware of your need for respect, understanding, compassion, presence, intentionality, love, and care to nurture the relationship, they still compelled you to plead for these essential elements. Countless positive elements contribute to the growth of a relationship, yet they deliberately withheld access to everything you clearly communicated as vital. When faced with an inability to control you directly, they turned to a smear campaign. Even after their lies were exposed, they persisted, eroding their own credibility. Deliberately spreading these falsehoods was their attempt to undermine and pull you down. The motivation behind this behavior stemmed from their raw, animalistic animosity. It's challenging to accept the need to treat this person with dignity instead of attempting to pacify their anger. While relationship issues may arise, it's crucial to leave the past behind and allow space for healing. However, they didn't relent. When their direct control over you was thwarted, they resorted to using others in a smear campaign aimed at tarnishing your reputation. They damaged your good name, eroded the trust of your colleagues and friends, and infiltrated your personal life. Their indifference to the pain they caused you reflected their delight in the opportunity to do so. Their rationale was to enhance their own self-worth by running a slanderous campaign, winning public favor, and isolating you. This is unacceptable, as it promotes revenge driven by jealousy, vindictiveness, or a cruel nature. Sin No. 5, engaging in extramarital affairs while also maintaining a relationship with you and attempting to keep it secret. When caught cheating, they endeavor to justify their actions. Who benefits from this explanation? When you try to hold them accountable, they label you as crazy, shift blame onto you, and portray themselves as emotionless. Such behavior is characteristic of a malicious person rather than someone disturbed, and are not currently prepared or willing to explore the disturbed aspect of their personality. This is a grievous development. Evil is engaging in actions you know are wrong, fully aware that the truth, when discovered by your partner, would cause them pain. And when confronted, you deflect blame onto them. If not evil, I don't know what else to call it. They inflict the ultimate betrayal by consistently lying and tarnishing your shared moments, with their narcissism shattering your capacity to trust, making this transgression unforgivable. Their regular and deliberate lies create an atmosphere where trust becomes impossible. Once you distance yourself and face reality, the illusion crumbles, revealing the entire relationship and situation as a mirage. Upon discovering the truth, individuals often experience shock and dismay, needing considerable time before they can trust again. Many never fully recover from the betrayal, suffering lasting damage to their ability to trust. The sixth sin involves the abusive use of one's body against another. While not all narcissists resort to violence, those who do can leave their victims so traumatized that they struggle to be around others. It may take years, if not decades, for victims to overcome the fear of their abuser returning to inflict harm. They become uneasy in their own skin, triggered by situations that still feel unsafe or environments lacking adequate physical protection. Growing up with a narcissistic parent, I have a zero-tolerance stance on physical abuse. Resorting to violence doesn't just depict someone who lacks self-control, but someone who has entirely forsaken empathy. Their actions stem from the rage within them, and their demonic, satanic side reveals a complete disconnect from their true selves. Exploitation marks the seventh and final cardinal sin. Narcissists hold themselves in high esteem, considering others as expendable. Fueled by their superiority complex and an inflated sense of self-importance, they treat people as disposable commodities to fulfill their needs or evade pursuers. When pursuing someone, their interest isn't genuine but driven by a desire for personal gain, be it in money, sex, material possessions, or any other advantage. Love, compassion, and concern hold no appeal to them. Their focus is solely on what they can obtain by manipulating and deceiving others into falling into their traps. Seeing individuals as means to satisfy their primitive needs reveals their narrow focus on self-preservation. The complexities of exploitation will be explored further in an upcoming episode. If you've stayed with me, I hope you found this episode insightful. Share your thoughts in the comments, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it,